The Israelites started with worshiping Pharaoh. And they worshiped God the moment they were set free, much like many of us went to retreat. The day before we were doing God knows what. Then we went to retreat, we found out who God was, and we worshiped Him with all our hearts. Then 2 or 4 months later, we're back to our old ways. We're probably doing something completely different. Does that story seem familiar to you guys? See, it's not a story about... This is not just a story, but it's relevant to our daily walks. Before Christ, we worshiped. We really worshiped, but we put our time, our energy, and our resources towards our sin. Because that's what was worth it to us. Then when we met Christ for the first time, our hearts overwhelmingly worshiped Him. See, when I became a Christian, I was hungry for Christ. I enjoyed my time with Christ more so than anything else. Remember, there was this game I played. I'm a gamer. So there was this game I played called Oblivion. And I played it day in and day out. And Bung knows what I'm talking about because he's a nerd too. And, and I played it all the time. But then when I became a Christian, all I kept doing was reading God's Word. Reading blogs, reading sermons, trying to find new podcasts, trying to find new worship music to listen to. And I totally forgot about the game. And even now, it's sitting somewhere that I haven't even finished it yet. And it's been like 4 or 5 years, 4 years now since I met Christ. I haven't played that game since. And that's the same thing that happens to us during retreats. We get so hungry with Christ that He's all we want. He's all we want to worship. But then down the line, we get impatient. We get complacent. We feel like that something else should be done. We don't see the promises God has. Maybe God promised you a job. Maybe God promised you a relationship. Maybe God promised you something. And when you don't see it, you look for other means to get it. So we go back to our old ways. The way we used to act, the things that we used to do. Or we search for something new to focus our life into. But like before, we put our everything in it. Just like these Israelites, they took off the gold from their earrings. They fashioned it with a tool. They put their time and their energy to craft this golden calf. Aaron didn't just put it into the fire and then out comes a calf, although he said he did. He fashioned it with a tool. He put his hard work into it. And that's how our sin is. We put our all, we take off everything that we have, put it into this one thing, and mold it into what we want it to be. See, even our choices and our attitudes are reflective of that idol. We will go through extraneous efforts to see the celebrity we want, the artist we want, the musician, eat at the best restaurants, wear the nicest clothes, and surround ourselves with the right people. We'll do all these things because we create our own idols. We made idols out of our careers, our education, our music, our lifestyles, and even relationships. We'll go out of our way just so we can fulfill the needs of that idol. And they become our #1 priority, only seeing God as a Sunday type of worship. That if it doesn't go against Sunday, then okay, fine, we're okay. We're good. And when we do realize that our life has been burdened by these idols, we attack them head on. Right? We think that's the problem itself. We think that